Hey, Mr.
How are you?
Olafsson. How are you?
Just call me Darri, man.
Call you, oh gosh, I'm very bad at trilling R's.
Any
Da-
version of that is okay.
Darri?
Darri.
How do you pronounce your full name?
Uh, if I were to do it in proper Icelandic pronunciation, it would be Ólafur Darri Ólafsson.
Oh gosh. Sweet. So how are you doing in these? How are you and your family doing in these odd times?
We're doing okay. Here in Iceland, my girls still go to school like twice a week, and even though most restaurants and bars and everything like that is closed, it still feels pretty okay.
That's fair.
They've been sort of trying to. I think they've done a pretty good job of scanning people and making sure there's a lot of people in quarantine, and so it definitely affects our lives, but not as much as at least not yet, and hopefully it won't be like in Italy or the US or Spain.
Fingers crossed.
Where are you based?
I'm on East Coast US in Maryland, so we're not getting hit that hard here. It's not as bad as New York, but
Okay.
I think it's creeping over here. But I'm ready. I'm not leaving the house anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. We just have to be careful.
Yeah. All right. So the For Honor community is actually really excited to have you over. People have been asking oh, when's the interview with Highlander's voice actor and stuff. So
That's so cool.
We'll hop on into the interview. So
That's good.
the first question, how were you picked for the voice of Highlander? Was there an audition, or did Ubisoft reach out to you specifically?
It was really funny. I didn't come through my US or my UK agent. It just came through an Icelandic sound engineer who was working with a company in finding voices for the game, and called me up, and I thought it was a lot of fun to do, and the guy I was working with, who works at the game studio, was so cool and such a nice guy that it was just a pleasure to do.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it really was.
So you had a sound, I don't know the right terminology, one of those sound guys recommend you?
Yeah, sound guys, I love that. Yeah. That's it. Basically, I think we were doing the voices of the Nordics, like the Vikings and stuff.
Right.
And at first I was doing I think some of it is in Icelandic, if I could remember correctly.
Oh yeah, in the game, apparently all of Highlander's lines are in Icelandic. So if you did do any lines in English, I think they only put in the ones in Icelandic.
Yeah. So I think, there's not a huge pool of Icelandic actors. But so, like I said, it just sounded like a cool gig, and I'm really happy I did it. It was a lot of fun.
We're all very happy you did it too. Trust me. One of my friends actually told me to tell you that, and I quote, his name is Moron Abound. He's don't let the name fool you. He's not trying to insult himself. That's just his name. But he said, hey man, can you tell him that without his talent, Highlander wouldn't be the same. His booming voice is the reason the character resonates so well with a lot of people. So.
Oh, that's so cool. That makes me really happy.
Oh.
Thank you.
Anyway, so how did you prepare for your role as the Highlander? What did you do to get immersed in the body of angry claymore-wielding Scottish man who happened to speak Icelandic?
It's always interesting when you're recording in the studio. I learned a long time ago it's best to just do as much as you can with, you have to be in front of the mic, so you can't be moving around the studio, but, you still have to sort of embody what you're doing as much as you can. And that involves, if there's a swing, you swing. Right. And so you're doing all kinds of wonderful, so it's really funny. Awesome. You're just working in the studio, but you are, after a good session, you're sweating like crazy because you're using your core so much, and in doing everything all the sounds and the hits and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I think my prep really goes there. There's nothing, like I said, everything has to go on mic, so there's not a lot of stuff you can do other than that, and then play video games and enjoy them. I think that helps.
Huh. Yeah. Now, when you said like when you swing, when he swings, you swing. Did they give you anything to swing? Like, did you happen to have like a claymore or something, or like a heavy stick?
Not really. No. I'm so clumsy. I would destroy the studio with a. But no. Nothing like that.
Oh, all right. So, did you have a say in like the personality or style of the Highlander, or like what were your thoughts when the developers showed you Highlander?
If I remember correctly, I mean, they kind of knew what they wanted to get, but as with any performance, you put your own personality to it, and like I said, I just wish I remembered his name, but to be honest, it's been a few years now. It's been at least 2 or 3 years since we did this.
Oh yeah.
And he was just so nice to work with, and I think, like, with any part, you make it your own. So you add little stuff to it, or you make suggestions. But they also kind of knew what they wanted and what they were going for. I think we were so fairly much in agreement with where to take it and what to do.
Huh. So you'd feel that Highlander fits with your personality in a way?
I think Highlander is very much like me when I'm getting up in the morning, like grumpy. Grumpy and walking around like a bear. But I think I'm more gentle the further into the day you get.
All right, that's nice. All right. So, were there any like shenanigans that occurred with your time with Ubisoft, or like what was the most fun you've had while working with them? Was there any like specific event that you remember?
No, not really. I mean, I've kind of always been hoping they'll call me back for something, but we'll see. I'd be very open for that. I really, like I said, I really enjoyed it, and it's fun to see the finished product.
Oh yeah.
Of something, because when we were doing this, we only had like a few frames from the game, and then certain sort of sketches of what was going on, and a lot of it doesn't go on like to film or anything. So I don't know, but like I said, it would be nice to work with them again. I really like them.
Yeah. So with that, I assume, like, have they kept contact with you, or?
No, I was always gonna go see them in Montreal. I think the guy I was working with was based there. I haven't yet. No.
But you gladly go back.
Yeah, I think I will. I have a friend who's doing a game for them now, and he's spoken really highly of it, and so I'm definitely gonna look them up when I come out there next time.
Huh. Do you know what game, or do you just know he's like there voice acting?
I'm probably not allowed to say anything, like always. But I'll say he's part of the. We'll see.
I don't know. You might need witness protection. So, were you born with a big booming voice, or not like born with it? Like, did you always have it like in your, I don't know, whenever you had it, or is there a technique to make your voice deeper and gruffer without sounding like you're trying too hard?
It's kind of, I mean, to be honest, it's kind of a gift, and
I'll say so.
But it's like with anything, I'm so used to it that when I started working as an actor and people were like, "Oh my God, your voice," I was like, "Oh yeah, well, that's my voice."
Yeah, that's me.
And I think my favorite thing ever said about my voice is when I was growing up, my brother was in the room next to me, And my brother said, like 2 years after I moved out, he was like, "Oh, it's been so nice." And I was like, "Why?" It's just like through the walls, I would always hear, like, if you were with your girlfriend, hear like, and then silence, and then it was like after you left, it's just like wonderfully quiet.
That's hilarious.
But so it's it has a quality which I really love, and it's a great voice, and it served me really well. And you know, I don't know necessarily what you can do. I always remember that someone told me that Tom Waits used to have this beautiful, you know, if you listen to his first albums, like this beautiful baritone, beautiful voice, and then it gets more gruff and rough through the years. I don't know. I don't think you can, you know, it doesn't matter how much whiskey you drink. I don't think that's going to help. But, you know, having said that, I as an actor, I have to sort of try and take care of my voice, make sure it's in good shape.
All right. So, speaking of acting, I know that you're an actor. How long have you been acting, and what made you want to act?
I've been an actor for about just over 20 years. I don't know. I mean, I want to say I kind of fell into it. I like most people, at least when I was young, you know, I had no idea what I wanted to do when I was older. And I'd done sort of a little bit of acting and in college and stuff, and I had friends who were going out for these auditioning for drama school here in Iceland, and they sort of dragged me with them. And you know, like so often when people drag you along, that, you know, of course I ended up getting into the school, and my friend who dragged me didn't. And well, today he's like a lawyer, and I think he's a judge.
Oh, well, good on him.
Yes, so he's done quite well for himself. But it took me, I mean, I want to say it took me like the first year of drama school to sort of decide, like, okay, I really want to do this. You know, because so often you meet people that just have wanted to be actors from the moment like they can remember, and have never wanted to be anything else. And you know, I kind of, that's how I feel now. But it took a while. And I'm kind of thankful for it, because I think it's provided me with a perspective that, you know, acting is not the only thing I could do in the world, but it's become something that means a lot to me, and something that I you know, invested stuff in, and want to invest further in.
Yeah, I hear you. I checked your website, or it might have been a website that you were at least owned, and it said you, I don't know, I think I read this correctly, you like own a theater in Iceland?
I'm part of a theater company. We don't have an actual theater, and but we're a theater company called Vesturport.
Oh.
And we've all become so busy with our own careers that we sort of haven't really done any proper work together for about 3 or 4 years now.
All right.
But I think we all want to get back together and do more stuff. We did a few films, and it's a great bunch of people. It's a really great group to be a part of, and
that's neat.
Yeah, and I hope we get back together at some point. But the nice thing is that it is honestly that everyone is so busy. It's not because we can't or don't have the money or stuff like that. I think that's pretty great.
Everyone's just kind of doing their thing.
Yeah, it's a luxury problem.
All right. Now, I have a question that I think only one person asked, but I was really curious about this question. Can you or do you sing?
I can. I mean, I don't have a lot of confidence when I'm singing, and I think that has to do with being an actor. You know, you you have to be involved in musicals and stuff like that every once in a while. And to be honest, like every single voice in a musical is like all up there. So I always kept hoping that someone would do a musical like The Black Rider, Tom Waits, or like something that would fit my voice.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I've performed a few times, sort of in public, and usually it's been, you know, with other actor friends or singer friends, and doing Tom Waits and stuff like that. In cool. One of our Westerport shows, we had Nick Cave wrote our music, and so I did a song in that, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, I've done a little bit of singing, but I'd like to have more confidence in my singing. People tell me it's fine, but I think it just has to do with, at some point someone was like, "Oh, you're off key," and it just sort of knocked my confidence.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sort of like with horseback riding, you know, you just have to get back on the horse and
yeah.
And I just have to go back out and sing.
Hey man, I'm sure that like everyone would love to hear you sing if you decided to do it at some point.
I'd love to do that. Yeah.
All right. So next question. Someone asked, actually quite a few people asked, what are some tips for learning Icelandic? Are there some common Icelandic phrases that are used every day that are good practice for learning pronunciation and such?
Ooh. There's an American musician called John Grant, who is an amazing linguist, who lives in Iceland, and he learned Icelandic, I think, in like 2 years.
Oh gosh.
He discovered an app which really helps. Icelandic it helps with. Let me try and see if I can explain this. So we have this weird thing. We have so many brackets, and you know, things change so quickly in our words and our pronunciation, and that's probably the hardest part about learning Icelandic. I think learning Icelandic is like learning Hungarian or Estonian, which is a really, really difficult languages to learn. If someone's really interested, then I would say apps, absolutely. And then, you know, trying to watch Icelandic films and TV shows and stuff like that, that would help. But I mean, we have one of my actor friends, actually, I was just in the middle of watching Star Trek, the movies, and one of my friends and co-workers, Zachary Quinto, came over here and to Iceland over the New Year's, and he is really good with languages, and he is constantly trying to pronounce the name of the volcano that erupted in I don't know if you remember, but you know, all the flights that were canceled because of this ash cloud coming from Iceland. The name, and every reporter out there was trying to pronounce the name of this volcano, and the name of the volcano is Eyjafjallajokull.
Oh gosh.
Which is but then I discovered there's another really popular tourist destination here in Iceland, which is really nice. If anyone listening is ever coming to Iceland, then in summer you have to go see a place called Inside the Volcano.
Inside the Volcano.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You basically go down like 150 meters into the belly of a dormant volcano. It's beautiful. It's really scary and beautiful.
I'm sure it is.
And it's called Þríhnjúkagigur.
Oh my gosh.
Which is like almost unpronounceable for me. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. It's a tough language to learn, but you know, anything is possible, and it's amazing. You know, when you hear interviews with people in China or Russia that have basically learned it without ever coming to Iceland. It's really amazing.
Huh. All right, that's pretty neat. Anyway, so another thing, do you play video games? And if so, what are some of your favorites, if you do?
I do. I mean, I would have to say, I think my absolute favorite video game is Civilization.
Oh.
It's one of those games that I can spend like endless hours just on. But nice. I do own a PlayStation.
All right.
And on that, I've played all kinds of stuff. I loved Fallout. I thought that was really cool. Dying Light was a favorite.
Oh my gosh, Dying Light's my favorite game.
I love Dying Light so much, and I can't wait to get Dying Light 2.
Same. Oh my gosh.
And in the last year, I've been playing, I played Red Dead Redemption 2. I thought that was incredible. And I've been playing Call of Duty. Play FIFA every once in a while, stuff like that. Right now, I think I'm playing Battlefield 5 or something.
Oh, sweet.
It was on sale. So, and since I have a lot of free time now, then I just sort of went and bought like 5 games on sale and sort of working my way through them.
Yeah, that's I guess that's the way to go with this with these times going on.
Yes.
So, is For Honor among the games you've played?
I have played it just a little bit. I don't own it. For some reason, I have never bought it. Maybe I'm shy about playing, with my own voice, but I've tried it, and it's a cool game. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, it's kind of difficult for new people to get into it this day and age, just because I don't know. It's a lot of mechanics. Honestly, like it's good. Gosh, it's like a plateau, really steep learning curve, and then when you get there, you'll be good for a while. Like once you get the hang of it, you're not gonna get bad again.
No. Have you played games like Dark Souls and stuff?
Oh yeah.
That I hear are like crazy difficult.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think I'm too old. I don't think I have the patience for stuff like that, but you never know.
Yeah. All right. So here's some questions for fun. Can you say the longest word in Icelandic? Now, I'm not gonna bother pronouncing that. So, will you see it if I copy and paste it in the Skype call? Hold on.
Try it.
Let me. There we go. There it is.
Oh, here we go. Wow, this is so cool. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Vaðlaheiðar vinnuverkfæra geymslu útidýra likla kippur hingur.
That was like.
This basically means this is Vaðlaheiði is a place where they were doing a lot of construction work.
Right. And
it is the keychain to their work like hut. So Vaðlaheiðar vinnuverkfæra geymslu útidýra likla kippur hingur. Wow, it's a massive word. That's pretty impressive.
So all that for a keychain.
Yes.
Wow. Oh wow. So have you ever wielded a claymore before?
I've never. No.
All right.
I'd love to. That sounds really cool. That could be a really cool thing to try.
So,
when you think about, I've had like swords and stuff in films, but anytime you have these massive swords or claymores and stuff, they're so heavy. You probably have to train like crazy to become effective with them on a battlefield. Yeah. I mean, I can imagine.
Even with Highlander, you can hear him. I don't know if you remember, but he does grunting sounds. Or should I say, you do grunting sounds when you like move the sword around in your hand like it's heavy. And gosh, I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but even Highlander said this sword's so heavy. I think you said, gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna say this right. I don't know if I want to. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Just go for it.
All right. Þetta sverð er svo þungt.
Þetta sverð er svo þungt. It was really good.
Oh, thank you.
This sword is so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I actually have another Icelandic friend that helps me translate For Honor's lines, and every single time I try to pronounce Icelandic, he'll give me so much crap for it.
Well, just, remember, it's not the easiest language to learn, so...
Yeah, I'm like...
I have certain sympathy.
Yeah, I'm like tattling on him to you. It's like, he's bullying me for trying to pronounce Icelandic. But, so, someone asked, what are you hiding behind your beard?
Oh, probably a double chin. Especially since I can't go to the gym anymore or can't go swimming and stuff. But, yeah, that would probably be it. And probably a chicken wing. There's probably some food there somewhere. It's, I always, when I have a beer and I'm sucking it out of my beard for like an hour afterwards, I'm like, okay, now I need a shave.
Hey man, it's like another storage for...
Exactly.
All right. Here's another one that actually my other Icelandic friend asked me to ask you.
Cool.
What do you think of my pronunciation of the word? Coincidentally enough, Eyjafjallajokull.
Actually, pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Your friend must be happy with that.
It's the ending part apparently, because 2 L's in Icelandic, don't they make that weird noise?
That's that. Jökull.
Yeah, I always thought it was like LT, like ult, but like it's more like, it sounds more like KH. I don't know.
No, that's the killer for most people. Like Eyjafjalla, you could say Eyjafjallajokull. It's the tough part.
Yeah. All right. So we're kind of ending off the questions here, and also there's some just comments that some people wanted to say, but there are, and you don't have to do this if you want, but literally there was probably like, there was over 100 things or 100 questions, and a lot of them were the same, so I kind of narrowed them down. But over half of the questions, I gotta say, was people requesting you to say the words, or maybe like yell the words, or you don't have to do that, but say LMAO get bodied in your Highlander voice. Because there was this one voice actor that we also got a hold of for another character, Centurion, and he said it upon request of us, and it became a very big meme or inside joke around the community.
And what was it that was supposed to say?
LMAO get bodied.
LMAO get bodied?
Yeah, it's like LMAO get bodied, but like it's become a slang in the For Honor community. It's sort of like a slang for like get wrecked, or like after you kill someone.
LMAO get bodied.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the proper Highlander voice.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
LMAO get bodied!
Oh my god. That was amazing. That was so amazing. Thank you so much.
No
and
problem.
you don't have to do that. You don't have to do this one either. That was the main one people want. But some other people were asking you to say Scotland forever in Highlander's voice.
Scotland! Oh, we need a proper accent for that. Scotland. I hate being Scottish. One of my favorite lines from a movie. Trainspotting. I fucking hate being Scottish. What was it? Scotland forever.
Yes.
Isn't that what's tattooed to? Doesn't Sean Connery have that tattooed?
You know, maybe. I'm not.
I think he has something like that. He's like a Scotland, like. Okay, let's try it. Scotland forever.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. So that'll conclude pretty much all the questions and stuff. So thank you so much for being able to do this. And let's see, on behalf of the community, I just want to say, and I know a bunch of other people say this, so I'm just repeating their words, and it's my words as well, but like, we're so thankful that you did this interview and that you voiced one of the characters that we love and made him who he is. Like, the deep voice, as you said, it's a gift. So
yeah,
It's
Well, thank you. I mean, it's really sweet of you, and I'm just really happy to be part of something that people enjoy, and you know, that's my work, and
yeah.
and I enjoy it, and it's kind of, it's a lot of fun to sort of speak to you and realize how big of a community it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not really part of where I'm at, and it's fun to know that something I will, you know, you take part in has such a big life.
Oh yeah, so many people.
Want to just send everyone my best, and hope people will continue to enjoy the game and enjoy, you know, and just be safe. And I hope everyone will all come out of this next fall, and you know, we can go back to being together and not just have to play our video games and
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on this interview.
Thank you.